Đâu rồi? Do you like shopping? Well, I like shopping for food, but I'm not a big fan of clothes shopping. I love cooking, so I really enjoy picking up fresh produce at the local markets. But when it comes to buying clothes, I try to get it over and done with as quickly as I can. To compare prices before purchasing something, I think that for food items, yes, I probably do. I'm usually after the best value for money, so I will compare brands and prices before purchasing. It's a big, it's become a bit of a habit, really. Staying up late. Do sometimes go to bed late. Nine again, yes, but by and large, I tend to hit the sack quick early. I'm usually an early riser because I find I'm much more productive in the mornings. Yes, actually, I tend to stay up until the early hours. I just enjoy the peace and quiet. When others have gone to bed, it's a great time to get things done. Do you feel? How do you feel when you have stayed up late the night before? Well, if I have stayed up late and need to work the next day, I will usually feel a bit tired and groggy. If I don't get at least 7 hours sleep, I usually feel out of sorts. To be honest, mostly I'm fine because I am used to it. As long as I get around 6 hours sleep, I don't feel too tired or sleepy. I just get myself a strong coffee first thing in the morning, and I'm good to for tidiness. Are you a tidiness person? Yes, quite tidy. I make a habit of making my bed in the morning. I usually I usually wash the pots straight after dinner. I wouldn't say my house is spick and span, but it's tidy enough. Yes, I'm a stickler for keeping things tidy. I like my home to be really shape. If the house is messy, it just puts me in a bad mood. I can't find things, and I also feel bad because I should have cleaned up, but I haven't. Are you more tidy at school or at home? Interesting enough, I tend to keep my workplace in order way more than my home. I guess I just think tidiness and productivity are connected. But at home, I just want a more relaxed atmosphere. On breaks, do you prefer a long breaks or several short breaks? By and large, I prefer several short breaks. Mainly because I have a bit of a short attention span, but also I think it's much more productive to have more frequent breaks. That said, I do like to have a long lunch break. What do you usually do during a break? Sometimes I'll pop out for a quick coffee so I can stretch my legs as well, and other times I might go and chat to some colleague, colleague, colleagues. A bunch of them usually go for a smoke outside, and I might join them, even though I'm not a smoker. Laughter. Người rồi. When was the last time you laughed? That's hard to say. I think it was probably last week. I was watching a film and it really made me giggle. It was a comedy with Jim Carrey, and if I remember correctly, it was called Yes Man. It was one of those films that's full of visual humor. right? And it really cracked me up. Do you like to make people laugh? I do. I think I have a good sense of humor. I enjoy a good laugh with friends. I'm not really into telling jokes, but I like playing with words. So in conversations, I am often thinking about other meanings words can have, and then make a joke with that. Histories. Do you like history? I wouldn't say I'm a big fan of history, but I do enjoy watching historical films or period dramas on TV. I find it fascinating to see the costumes and lifestyle of people in past times. For example, I used to watch Downton Abbey and loved seeing how different society was then. Did you enjoy learning history when you were a child? To be honest, not much. It tended to be all facts and figures that I couldn't remember very well, so it was a bit tedious. It was only when I left school and started traveling that I started to get a taste for history. Um, wild animals, wild animals. Have you ever seen wild animals before? Well, I have seen lots in the zoo, such as lions and elephants, but I've never seen those kinds of animals in the wild. When I was a kid growing up, I saw lots of foxes because there were plenty of them in the forests near where I used to live. What? Do you like to go to the zoo? Yes and no. I guess on the one hand, zoos are fun and it's amazing to get up close to those magnificent creatures like the lions. But on the other hand, the cages in many zoos are too cramped and the living conditions of many animals leave a lot to be desired. Wearing wear, wearing wearing jeans. Really? Do you like wearing jeans? Why? For sure, I wear jeans an awful lot because they are just so comfy and practical. That said, I don't wear them in summer so much because it's usually too hot. I think they are more suitable for the cooler seasons. Ừ, đúng rồi mà. Why do people in your country wear jeans? I'd say in large part because they have been made so fashionable by celebrities and the big clothes brands. I mean, take Calvin Klein, for example. They have created an image of a young person with jeans as being cool and sexy, an image they many young people strive to emulate. Chưa? Strive to emulate. Hairstylists. Have you always had the hairstyle you have now? No, not at all. Not at all. No, not at all. I mean, I wear my hair really short now because it's much more manageable and easy to wash. No need to brush it and that. But when I was younger, I used to have long, shoulder length hair. I also played with the idea of dyeing it, but in the end, I never did. Do you go to the barbers a lot? To tell you the truth, I never go to the hairdressers these days because my wife cuts my hair. However, when I was younger, I used to go once a month and I always got the same style, short black and short back and sides. Voice. How would you describe your voice? That's a tough question. I guess I could describe it as quite low pitched and slightly husky. Some people say I have a bit of a radio voice, you know. They say it's quite clear. Mind you, I think I am quite soft spoken, so maybe it's not the best voice for the radio. Do you ever record your voice? It's funny to it's funny you should ask because actually I just started recording my voice recently. My Chinese teacher recommended it as a way to improve my pronunciation, my speaking skills, so I record my some phrases with a mobile phone app and then compare my pronunciation with a native speaker recording. Thế thì